Right, it takes some effort to crush the cinnamon sticks down to a powder. You got to put in some time and effort, but you can get there. And I could do a whole stick pretty much in one sitting, and I have not noticed any serious problems yet. And this stuff's supposed to be known as being toxic. So I'm pushing the boundaries, I think, with cinnamon. There's supposed to be a limit where you get a toxicity level, but I haven't gotten that. I want to put it in the rest of this applesauce. A whole stick. Be a nice strong taste. Alright, I'm going to do the cinnamon challenge. You just take a spoonful of cinnamon. Oh God! I swear that health is always better when you can have a big rest and then a big explosion of energy. Like just right when you get out of bed, just go for a big sprint. I wish I could do that. Alright, it's open 11 to 7. The Old Navy's closed, so I think it's going to be spotty for stores within the mall to be open. GNC is closed. Yeah, they're going to be a little slow to respond to it, to the mall being open. This is kind of neat. They have some kind of a fish display talking about what's a nuisance. Oh yeah, Asian carp is like across the country. And they have Asian carp in here for the display. This is the nuisance that we got to be aware of. Looks like the scale pattern. And then whatever these other fishes are, they don't appear to be too bothered. They don't appear to be too bothered by my presence. Maybe if I bang on the fish tank to let them know I'm here. Where to fish? Yeah, where to fish? All right. You know, the best, most enjoyable way to be able to fully enjoy living in this car would be if my joints all bent backwards too. Like if my elbow could bend backwards to reach around the things, and my head could turn around, and my knees sometimes could bend backwards so I can get around the steering wheel or something. It's just, it really takes a lot of dexterity. Right in the mall parking lot, it's open. I go in there and use the bathroom. There's nice grass pasture out here next to it. I trust that the grass is safe and reasonably healthy. And I think I'd like to pick maybe some dandelion leaves to boil and make a tea out of the boiling water. Just, yeah, there's not really a lot though. I'd like to make a tea out of something green. Right, it's been such a long time with the pigweed. I forget what's edible. The leaves, the root, I forget. I see that there's mustard, wild mustard, and this stuff, the seeds are not ready. I chewed on the green seeds, and they have a slight mustard taste. It's actually kind of enjoyable to have only a slight mustard burn taste. I don't believe that they'd be toxic in the green state. They're very mild when they're not ready to be a seed, full seed. I need to get like a nature's handbook. What is good with pigweed? The mall here has really good internet. You don't even have to sign up. You just automatically connect. Best mall Wi-Fi I have seen. I might have seen another one that automatically connects. It's very rare though. So pigweed, otherwise known as amaranth, is doing pretty good out here. I mean, we're not that good. But when it grows taller than everything else, stands out. So I think I'm gonna pick some leaves. I'm gonna chew on a little bit of a leaf, and taste it, see what it's like. Try to plan for a taste, and then here's one out here. If I go with it, then I think I want to cook some for a little bit, just for a liquid, and then consume the liquid. Just to have a amaranth leaf tea without drying the leaves. Yeah, like this. Yeah, I believe this is it. They grow so tall, and it looks healthy enough. Yeah, there's no bitterness. Slight, yeah, kind of a metallic-y taste. But I want to get a few leaves to boil. The root, everything is said to be edible on this thing, even the stems. But I just want to try a tea. I'll just focus on a tea with the leaf, and then later decide on the root. See what the root is like. There's quite a few of them out here. I'd be very interested in dandelion leaf too, but I'm not really seeing it. Got a handful of pigweed. I think what I'm going to do is just put them in the teapot and then bring that to a boil and let it all sit. That way I just keep it all contained. I won't cut these up or anything. Just bring the teapot to the screaming boil, and that should be good. So it takes till after 5. Well, no, I'm still in a lot of the sun. It's 5 p.m. and I'm still in quite a bit more sun than I expected. I should have known. It's like but most of the time, at least my front end has been in the shade. Maybe I should have backed in. Alright, so I got it boiling here. I stuffed a handful of leaves right in there. So they're gonna boil up, and it's the best way to do it. I can't just boil the water separate because these are not dry leaves. They can handle a little bit more abuse. Sitting here wondering why I'm smelling plastic, and I'm like, oh yeah, this thing rested against a bag in there. Oh god. And now it's burning off the plastic. Alright, let's see what fresh pigweed tea leaf looks like. Ooh, careful. It's just slightly green. If it's even green at all. You can't really see any difference there. Just gonna have to taste the difference. Alright, in my dirty French press, you can kind of see it's a little green tint. You can see that with the glass. I don't think I want to add any water to this. I want to let it fully cool down. And while I'm waiting for that to cool down, then maybe I could eat this avocado on some toast some bread up. Alright, I don't really intend to eat the leaf, but I pulled some out, and it's very tender. It falls apart. It falls apart very easily. Very chewy, no taste to it. So this would mix with, like, it could be like, you could cook it with chicken maybe or something. Have it maybe like a roughage for eating with chicken. I wouldn't need to buy lettuce or cabbage. Just go out and get some pigweed. If the pigweed doesn't kill me, it has no taste, but I mean, meat has great taste, and this would mix in good with meat, like chicken. Right next to the mall here, look at this. You got the playground. They got tape around the stuff, of course, in this apartment complex. So instead, the kids go over here and play around on this drainage. Such a better option. Just my little cocoon on wheels. Just big enough to barely lay down in. I've never seen a convoy like this before. Right, I mixed hops and coffee together. This hop's been sitting in my car for so long, months and months through the heat, and I forget about it, and I finally come across it because when I dig through my car, I stir up things that I haven't seen in months and months. I ain't seen this. Decided to start chipping away at it. I want to consume it. I figured it'd be more lame because it's so old, but I'm really tasting the hops. I like it a lot. Hops and coffee, that's a good combination too, even though it's so old. The hops is an extremely bitter taste, and may not be for everybody, but I would say everybody should be trying to get bitter in their diets. And the milk probably helps quite a bit. I'm not sure how, I didn't even try to taste it without milk. It's too hot anyway. I'd have to wait another 10 minutes to drink it. Also, I did crush a few of these star anise into the coffee hops mix. And I'll just say that the seed really has no taste. I've chewed on the seed by itself and there's really no taste. The taste is all in the whatever it's holding, the cone. I'm thinking if I really want to get into licorice root, consuming it, I need access to poppies, because poppies will drop the blood pressure a lot. I believe my experiences have been that it really seems to drop the pressure, and licorice dramatically increases my blood pressure. It's scary. It feels like my heart is gonna fail. So they probably mix well together. I don't know who's ever played with those. That'd be your speedball, your opposites. Alright, it's a little frustrating, but I gotta bring my pee bottle with me when I walk around the park now, since they close all the bathrooms. Look for isolated spots, because you can't just pee anywhere that's isolated. Sometimes it could be gravel, it could be paved area that's very isolated, and you could get away with it, but it's better to just do it in the bottle and then dump it in the grass elsewhere. Right, back in the mall, had to use the bathroom, gonna use the internet. Just say that the mall walkers seem to be back in their regular routine. They did not skip a beat, because they were out walking in the parking lot with the mall closed the whole time, and then they're right back in the mall like nothing happened. Catch a catfish like this. That guy looks tasty. Just sitting there waiting to be eaten. Think about how much a lot of businesses in the city trust the local citizens. They have not closed off this fence that separates the apartment complex from the mall. Look at this, you could drive straight into the mall from the apartment complex. This is the first I've ever seen anything like this. Usually stuff like this gets blocked off, especially in some bad cities. Alright, so I tested the electrical outlet here, and it didn't work at first. I hit the reset button that was pushed out, and then it worked. I got electricity to the batteries for a test. So I think I'm going to drive my car over, and then I'll park in front and just watch. That's a little more convenient. I didn't plan on electrical outlets being working out here. Alright, I can keep a close eye on it, but I got this obscure bag that just sits. Keep 4 batteries covered up. I'm going to use my car charging battery, which is like a 5th, but I rarely use it because I'm always nervous about charging my car. But I can always take a charge from one of these spare batteries for that, so I can do a jump start if ever needed.